Alright, who's ready to finally end this game? Midna, it's time for us to go to Hyrule Castle. Let's go! To Hyrule Castle we go. Ganondorf is waiting for us there. Let's do this bad boy. We're finishing the game tonight. Longer session, folks. We already did the hardest battle in the game. So this will be a cakewalk for us. If you want to conquer stuff like the pose, like the pose are like the only last side quest in the game we haven't done. And that is tedious on a whole different level. If you want to do it, you can. You do get 200 rupees in endless. So you get endless money for doing it. But it's really nothing worth it. Giovanni just becomes normal. Try to talk to his girlfriend. His girlfriend basically moved on to somebody else, and he cries endlessly in Telma's bar. That's about it for him. You can go back to his room, and his cat Gingy will actually give you 200 rupees every time you enter the room. So yeah, that's all you get for story development for Giovanni. All right, Midna, let's show how powerful these things are. Let's do this. Well, hopefully I don't have to take down a kaiju monster any sort, because, you know, that'd be horrible. I already took down kaiju monsters that were 3 dark nuts in a row. Oh no, Midna! Come back! That doesn't sound good. Oh, I said I didn't want to fight a... I didn't want to fight a big monster. I didn't want to. Well, at least lucky the fused shadow creature here can actually break this. Which is great. If it didn't, that'd be kind of short out ourselves here. At least, I think in the SD version of the GameCube Wind Waker, the bloom was so much. The bloom was so much you really couldn't see what Midna was using to break the shield there. But she pulls out a staff, a spear of some kind, and breaks it. Well, Midna, you did the job. You broke it, and now is an endless rain. Ganondorf is waiting for us in here. Let's do this bad boy. So yeah, the final boss, so the final dungeon is Hyrule Castle, like it always is. Let's push this bad boy and let's get into the final dungeon of the game. Hyrule Castle is, well, it's a thing. It exists. It's more of a battle gauntlet than anything else. There's a few puzzles to complete. And also a debug room. Yeah, there's a debug room at the very end of the dungeon that helps you restore all of your arrows, bombs, rupees, and all that such. So, by all accounts, it is like a debug room for how it's laid out. And the only way to do it though is actually find there's a hidden room in one spot. I think it's in the right side of this courtyard. That if you find a hidden spot to dig under the walls for, you get to a new type of area, which has another puzzle tied to it. There are 3 small keys out in this place. You only need 2 to complete the dungeon. But the 3rd one is an optional for getting at the debug room and getting all your stuff restored. But this, again, is like a gauntlet, and this is where we're going to find our final stand of our best friend enemy of the entire game as well. So, and also I kind of feel like this place was kind of a last minute thing because this feels like very underwhelming outside because they're just shooting enemies at you that they had on hand. And to be fair, all their enemies have been decimated thus far by this one hero. So whatever they had left that was elitist is all here. Now, I wish there was some sort of army that would help out, you know, like those patrons in Telma's Bar. Like, come on. Like, wouldn't it have been cool if this was like some sort of a unique co-op boss of some kind? A co-op dungeon, you know? And that's something that I wish Zelda did more of. Like, Four Swords Adventures, people may, you know, hate that game for it's the multiplayer Zelda game. It sucks. And they're like, no, actually, I think Four Swords Adventures is probably the best they could have done with the technology in hand to do a multiplayer Zelda game. And while Triforce Heroes tried to do something, I think if Triforce Heroes was on the Wii U, I think it would have handled it much better, in my honest opinion. This looks a boss arena. There's a chest over there. Oh no. Do not forget me. I am your boss. I have come to play. He actually talks. That's kind of a shocking. Alright, it's time for King Bouldin, round 4. King Bouldin is the same as he did in his round 3 motion, where he's going to use his hammer to attack you with. Nothing more, nothing less. He's actually the exact same fight as before. So this is just basically cathartic, really, because he's just really... Because this guy, he was basically hired on by Zant and his minions to say, you know what? Cause chaos, because I'm stronger than those light fools. And so he's just, at this point, King Bouldin is just basically done with the fighting. Like, he's going to do up one last fight per his contract, and that's it for him. Nothing more, nothing less for him. He's, at this point, we're basically hitting someone who's been crippled. Like, he has a broken leg, broken bones, broken horns, and he's just like, I'm just done, alright? You know, I'm gonna fight to the very end, and this is it for him. Like, he doesn't really put up much of a fight. Like, he swings his arms and everything, but he doesn't put up much of a fight at all. I've had enough. Here. Take this. Enough of this. Take this. He gives you the small key. I'm not gonna fight you anymore. You are obviously stronger. Oh, there's Lord Bolo. He's back. I followed the strongest side. That is all I've ever known. And now that you're stronger than those beings that hired me, I'm on your side. Well, that doesn't mean anything, though. He's retiring. He's done. He doesn't want to fight anymore. Alexman, he spoke. Yeah. I'd be surprised too. The guy's been silent the entire game. That's the guy in the Smash level. Yep, he's on the Bridge of Eldin quest. Which, his fight is replicated in this game, by that game, technically. You just have to hit him and he just gets disabled. But, man, though, to be fair, King Bouldin, though, he made such an impression in the fact that, in the manga, I should stress, he's better in the manga. Because he was a more imposing force. Like, he was able to take down Link with no problem at the start of his adventure. And then it's like, at the very end, he's like, finally. At the time of this video going up, the final, like, the other volumes of Twilight Princess that's in this particular region of Hyrule Castle is not out yet. So, I don't know what the final fight between him and King Bouldin will be. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be something very cathartic. I hope so, anyway. Because I tell you, the Twilight Princess manga is fantastic. Phantasmic. Like, why is it phantasmic? I don't know why I keep doing that, but fantastic. There we go. But still, I really hope the finale of the Twilight Princess manga will be really, really good. I hope so, because the entire manga itself is awesome. If you guys haven't read it yet, read up to it right now, and it is phenomenal. I wish the manga story was this game. The manga story was in this game. I really wish it does, because it shows so much character for Link, Zelda, Ganondorf, Zant especially, and Midna especially. And it's just like, They did the characters so well in the manga, but here they're just like kind of leftovers. To be perfectly honest. And this is like, again, Ganondorf is probably out of minions at this point. He's like, just, what else do we have left? We have goblins? Just throw them over there. Just throw them out on them. You know, just chuck everything we have at the guy. And to be fair, Ganondorf does put up a decent fight, but also at the same time, however, I just wish it wasn't Ganondorf as the final boss. I just wish it wasn't, because it just feels... It feels at this point where it's like we have to use, in case of, you know, no good final boss, play Ganondorf, you know. And that's the thing. Like almost, you know, almost every Zelda game, except for maybe the Capcom ones, there actually has a decent final boss, you know. Like even Four Swords Adventure. Four Swords Adventure is set up as Zant as the main antagonist. You know, he's the one that caused everything. But then it's like halfway through, it's like, nope, it was Ganondorf the entire time. And it's so demeaning too. Like, I don't mind Ganondorf being an antagonist to Link in some fashion, but why does he have to be the final boss? Like, he's never been duped. Like, Ganondorf is the only one that dupes his minions, you know. But why isn't, you know, he gets that treatment, you know? Like, why can't he be the one that, you know, gets duped? A story idea I've been mulling on in my head for a while is that the story and the game basically start at the last, you know, technically at the end of an adventure where Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf are fighting. But then at the very end, an entity comes out and basically saps Ganondorf of his power, which is indeed Ganondorf has forced to play along with Link and Zelda to restore the Triforce, just so though that this other main entity villain basically, you know, doesn't wreak havoc that ruins the world that Ganondorf wants, you know. That would be kind of cool. Again, give Ganondorf the just comeuppance he deserves, you know. That's my whole spiel on that. Come on, I know I hit the wall. Come on, wake up. Hey, come on, up here. Okay, I can roll underneath him. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's go. Again, I would do another session of this for recording purposes and whatnot, but at this point, this is all we have to do left, folks. And I feel this is the best thing we can do, because I don't think there's enough content to deal with another... Okay, we have to be here. This is our... this is the thing we have to use our boomerang for. No, I don't want to use it. I want this here. Boomerang. You see this little pattern on the ground here. You have to follow that same pattern. From the top point to the back point. So we got the top point, then left point, and then the... Okay, what do you got, Midna? Aren't you curious what's the other side of that wall, Alexman? There might be another way in. Want to check it out? Sure. But first, I want to get this. So what we want to do is, I think it's, yeah, that, and that. So I think it's just the center pillars. So we go right here. Hit you. Hit you. Hit you. I want to say... Okay, I'm not in the center here. I gotta get in the center of this place and actually use this correctly. Alright, come on. Get here. This guy. And this one. Hit them all once. And that opens up our door. It's like, yeah, I might as well beat the game now. Indeed! It's like there's not enough. Like, again, there's some people will say like, oh, why are you going longer in certain parts? And like, well, because there's just not enough content to deal with a 2-hour session, you know. And that's the again, I usually only stream for 2 hours, folks. That's how I use my recording sessions and whatnot. But I only go longer if it ever needs to be. I think there's a digging spot somewhere. Up there he is, right there. Dig right here. This is where our extra key is at. And in the manga, this area actually gets significance. This area, it's a little bit of a graveyard area here. This graveyard is creepy. I'll give it that. But yeah, this is the royal family graveyard for Hyrule, and for the Hyrule royal family, and it's kind of creepy. Not gonna lie, you know. There's all these. Because what we have to do here is actually, okay, you are gonna die because I don't like you Stalfos. Oh, it's right. Oh, can I actually? Oh, yeah, that's right. Alright, this is Twilight Princess, not Breath of the Wild. I can use bomb arrows in the rain. That's a kind of a significance. Let's get rid of these guys first. I'm gonna have to use normal bombs for this. I'm out of arrows, so we're gonna have to fight this legitimate way. Ah! Come on now, you. Come splitter away. Drop bomb. Thank you. Come on, buddy. Wake up. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I have to fight this the legitimate way. Help him splitter away! And bomb to the ground. There we go. Oh, hey, you survived. How about we just kill you? And put a bomb right here, and we're good to go. And that kills all the enemies out of here. But we're not done here. Those guys are the only tip of the iceberg. Check these tombstones. The cursed swordsman sleeps before the sacred tree. Sacred tree? There must be something we must find in the darkness. And ooh, hello. What are these guys? These guys are more creepy than anything else I've seen, but they're like dead soldiers that can't fully move on. That's kind of creepy. I wonder how they're going to portray that in the final chapter of the manga. We break that up and we get ourselves a switch. Well, I hope that wasn't a grave that didn't need to be blown up, because that would be bad right now. And we need to put on our lantern right now. Now, we can't really use the lantern because it's raining out. Well, actually, we can. Well, we can't light any torches, though. Luckily, though, they give you a endless supply of oil here, so you can actually complete this challenge. Like, that's what they do. If there's, like, a challenge you have to complete with the lantern, they'll give you endless amounts of oil so you can beat it. Which, again, at least they're giving you some rupee. The Hyrule family is cheap, man, I tell you. What we need to do is the Dominion Rod. I think we'll need the Dominion Rod for this. For some reason, lighting up this torch turns off the rain. I don't know how that works, but you know what? I'm not going to disagree with that one. Nope, not one bit. You're under a time limit for this. I never tell you that, but we need to get these torches lit up before the rain returns. And those return us the open door here. So we got that. We need to use the main rod and move these statues into a spot where we can get them around. I guess the royal family had these placed a long time ago, because I'm pretty sure the royal family has probably forgotten the idea that the Okra actually exist. Like, even the Hyrule family kind of forgotten the Sheikah, who basically do protect the royal family, didn't give them support when they needed it, which is odd to say the least. It's probably why the Sheikah turned into the... You know, they're kind of think of it. The Yiga clan could potentially be in canon here, as in Breath of the Wild. You'd never know. Because you're never given a game where the Sheikah are the main focus. Except for, I think Breath of the Wild really showed that, you know, the Sheikah were the main focus. By technicality, because of the ancient weaponry and everything, but still. Alright, got this. Open this bad boy up like a soul. Get ourselves another key. That should give us key number 3, I think. We got everything out here. Now we just go back. Oh, yeah, that's key number 2. Alright, so we need to find is a way out of here. Which I believe there's a digging spot somewhere nearby. Oh, hello. That's not creepy at all. I think, yeah, there's a digging spot out of here. I just gotta go find it real quick. At least there's no more enemies in here. That's a good sign, though, to be honestly. I'm now kind of figure out where I'm supposed to dig out. I think it's on a wall, I want to say. At the start, I want to say. Unless it's up there on the, Oh, wait, no, I think it's up there. Wait, no, is it right here? I think it's the same way we came in. I want to say it's the same thing. Where do we get out of here? I kind of forgot. Oh, right here. There we go. Alright, we've gotten everything outdoors, as Midna told you. If you've done both things like this and gotten all the chests, then yeah, you're able to go back in, back to the front and go in with no worries. Because I think you get another key indoors, so... Also, the Bouldins, they don't talk. The Bolos, they don't talk. So if you're in wolf form, they don't talk to you. I guess they don't have a capability of speech. Just like the Bouldins themselves, so... Stop! Couldn't stop. Oh boy. Got me that water. Fill up my water. Why can't I just fill a water bottle or a glass bottle with rainwater? Like, come on. Like, there's rain constantly coming down here. What stopped me from pulling out the bottle and getting stuff like that? Ow. Good. At least that doorway was good for us. Alright. Alright. Let's go into the castle proper this time, folks. Let's get into the castle proper. At long last, folks. And I want to question. Why was, like, older castles like this? Where they have a really big door to show how tall some people are, except they have a small door here that's locked by just small locks. Tell me that one.